Wigan on the early attack. Powell at dummy half. O'Loughlin puts the grubber through. Brilliantly kept in play, and Gelling will score. Salford close to Wigan's line. Shifting the play. Sow looks to be a high tackle. The referee Ben Thaler puts it on report. Down the blind side. Kick goes through. Burgess is after it, and Burgess will score. Liam Farrell. Chance for the break here from Gildart. It's Farrell. It's Gildart. And it's a brilliant try for Wigan. It's been a dominant first half from Wigan. And George Williams dances his way through. How many more points can Wigan put on the board? Well, Joel Tompkins adds another 4. Salford looking for their first points of the game. Chris Brinning goes over and gets them. Salford close to the Wigan line. It's Junior Sow. Oh, he's done well to get that one down. Well, it's been a better second half from Salford. Dobson's put a high kick in. There's plenty of red shirts after this one. Oh, Wigan have dropped it, and it's Dobson who's going to put it under the post, but it'll be no more than a consolation. And Wigan are off to a winning start.
We need to be a lot.
Hinchcliffe looking to get out of that dummy half position as quickly as he can. Lawrence now will bring it back towards the middle, and they've given themselves an excellent position here. Looking to respond to that early Salford penalty. It's a step by Brough, and now Ikahifu, and gets it away to Hinchcliffe, and he's got space on this right-hand side. McGilvray says score. Well, you give him that much space, he's not going to waste it, is he, Jermaine McGilvray? Another good strong finish by the winger. Tompkins. Solid effort forward. Lamatazi, and Tompkins rolls in at dummy half again. Back by Dobson, and they've got numbers here now. Junior Sow ripping through that Huddersfield defence. They'll be disappointed with that, will Huddersfield? But they're not, and neither is he. Jones touching down the blind side and getting a bit of space here for Johnson to go flying away with a step on the inside. Good work by Danny Brough to get back to make the tackle. Oh, he's given a penalty. Well, it's becoming a bit of a trend, this, throwing the ball at the man in the ruck. And he's in front of him as well. It's a forward pass. But he's got a penalty. Well, he's not the only one who's confused. Dobson. Step by Sow. Lost it. Penalty. And at the end of this low-scoring half, Salford are going to go for the 2 points here. 2 men in the tackle. It seemed fairly clear that Ryan Brady just had a tug of the ball. So Gareth O'Brien, with what might just be the final kick of this first half, and he's hit it superbly well, and Salford leading by 10 points to 4. Josh Wood, who's on the field in the dummy half position. Dobson with a kick downfield. It's a 40-20, I think. Well, he silenced the home crowd right behind the 40-metre mark. No doubts about it. Absolutely no doubts about it. Wood. Robert Louis. Little ball slips away. What a start to this second half for Salford, the opening minute. And Gareth O'Brien is in to score. Picked up by Leaning. He's looked sharp as attack, hasn't he? Gaskell waits at dummy half again. Huddersfield desperate for a response here. Looking wide. Mellor with the dummy. Mellor! Well, they needed something quickly after O'Brien's try, and Mellor is the man to provide it. Game on. Leeming again, searching down the blind side, can't find anything but works away from Dobson and passes away. Gaskell's flying through, no support for him, but he's taken it within striking range. Briley up at dummy half, Brough goes wide, Mellor's got a second. 2 Mellor tries in just 3 minutes, and Huddersfield are racing back into contention now. Tompkins, Robert Louis off the left foot, banging them away, but put on his back eventually. 6th tackle, where does this go? Tompkins out to Dobson, Dobson switches it back, little dummy shown by O'Brien, and he'll bounce over for his 2nd try of the game, and that stems the tide that was running against them. Leeming. No way through for Mellor on that occasion. 11 minutes of the game remaining here. A couple of scores in arrears. They need something quickly, or they might have it here. Akumatai reaching in. Well, they're having a look again. Trying the field. Double movement is what they're looking for, but that's momentum surely, and at full speed. I'm sure that would be seen as momentum, and it is given by the video referee. Akumatai with a try, and they're back close again. Tompkins, Robert Louis, here's Josh Jones, bounces off one, Rapira's in again, he's beaten him again here, Josh Jones, he's still going, Josh Jones, oh my word, I think he's in. There was absolutely nothing on when he got that ball. He's beaten Rapira twice, and he's beaten another 4 as well. It's like a little cannonball bouncing around, and determination to get in and score the try. Tompkins, tackled from an offside position by Michael Lawrence. They want the 2. This should just about settle things here. There's only a couple of minutes left to play. That's absolutely spot on. 7 goals on the night for Gareth O'Brien and 2 tries, and Salford are the winners.
Both Leeds and Salford had won one of their opening 2 games, and there wasn't much to split them as this went on either. But it was Leeds who took first blood, with Ryan Hall leaping to get on the end of a beautifully weighted Danny Maguire kick, the Leeds captain showing why he's a vital cog in this Rhinos team. There was never more than 6 points between the sides in the whole match, and after being denied an equalising score when George Griffin had one cancelled out for a forward pass, how crucial would that prove to be? Salford got off the mark. Michael Dobson providing the pass for Gareth O'Brien to go in for his 3rd try in 2 games. Neither of the opening tries were converted, but Rob Burrow was on the mark with a penalty a few minutes later to nudge Leeds ahead. But again, Salford hit back. After spells of pressure on the Leeds line, forcing the home team into some great defensive work, eventually it paid off for the Red Devils, with Robert Louis' show and go opening up space for Chris Wellham to score. Again, there was no conversion, but Salford had a 2-point edge at half-time. Leeds had had the best of the chances in the first half, and they were determined to make the best of what they got in the second as well. They got off to the best possible start. Matt Parcell made the break, which Danny Maguire continued. Jimmy Kinehorst was the man in support. He shrugged off the attempted tackle by Greg Johnson, and the Rhinos were ahead again. Rob Burrow was successful this time with the conversion, and the gap was 4 points once more. Burrow then added a penalty to put a bit more daylight between them. What followed was a period of chances for both teams, denied by tenacious defence at both ends. With around 12 minutes to go, it was the Leeds defence, though, that cracked first. Michael Dobson got the ball away to Mark Flanagan. He squeezed out the pass for Logan Tompkins, who somehow stretched an arm out to touch down. Gareth O'Brien added the goal, and it was all square, 14 points apiece. What followed was a tense and controversial finish. First, Rob Burrow missed a penalty from 40 metres out. It bounced off the padding on the post. And then O'Brien missed one for Salford from a similar distance. In the closing moments of what had been an incredibly tight game, Leeds were pushing to snatch the win. What followed was perhaps controversial and certainly the game breaker. Stevie Ward offloaded to Adam Cuthbertson with a ball many thought was forward, or certainly flat at best. It wasn't called by the officials, and Rob Burrow linked up to let substitute Liam Sutcliffe go racing in under the post for what was the winning, if questionable, try, leaving Salford coach Ian Watson frustrated.
The fact that there's only 3 people on the ground who don't see it is unreal to me.
Tompkins, Flanagan, smart move from Salford. O'Brien slips a gap, gets away to Sal, and he's put down just short of that 10-metre line. Bibby drops it off to Dobson, onto Griffin, they're going to get Sal in at the corner! Great try by Salford! Clark to Westerman. Flicks the ball away, lovely little pass to Declan Patton, can he get to the line? He shrugs off Gareth O'Brien and touches down. O'Brien, back to Dobson, lines up the kick, towering bomb, it's flicked away, picked up by Griffin! George Griffin on the mark! Dwyer to Brown, Patton shrugs off the tackle, flicks one away to Gidley. He'll skirt the line here, looking for a gap maybe, finds Jack Hughes, takes it in beautifully, he's going to rumble to the line and touches down. Again, Salford switch the point of the attack, and it's Griffin causing all sorts of problems on this left edge for Salford. So he'll scoot himself and Brennan, and oh, what a finish! Well, he's put that one down over the back of his head. Brown, so much asked of him in guiding this Warrington side around the field, but it's a slow play of the ball. Clark will come to this right edge, Patton manages to smuggle the ball away, Gidley loops a pass out to Johnson, Jack Johnson, really fine try for Warrington. Greg Johnson, cutting run from him, the winger, put down just in front of the line. Tompkins is there, Salford in full flow, and a penalty for holding. O'Brien from the tee, and he keeps up this remarkable record of scoring. Tompkins to Flanagan, who take contact centre field. They're lining up the big men on this left-hand side. Lamatazi's there, the ball will come out the back to Louis, on to Dobson, slides in a kick, Sal will get there, that's a great finish, just before the line, and Salford in control. Tompkins comes back to this left edge where Mossop will cart the ball in, the ball has come loose and it has been stripped, says Jack Smith, and it's another penalty. O'Brien to finish it off. Warrington still without a win in Super League.
Dead. Early stages then, good carry from Anthony England for Wakefield Trinity. Oh, it's very clumsy looking that. Lamatazi could be in trouble here. Robert Hicks says 10 minutes in the bin, and Salford are down to 12, 2 minutes in. Tazi's on his way. Tompkins to Louis, Murdoch Masilla, and oh, that could be a penalty. And you wonder if Salford might take the 2 here. O'Brien, and the deadlock is broken. Salford leads 2 points to 0. Grix to the line. Oh, that was high. Could be a chance here for a Wakefield penalty. Sam Williams through the uprights, 2 points apiece. Miller along the line. Tiniarona to Grix, and all the balls come loose. Another penalty here, and Tompkins has been guilty of a few, and he's going to spend 10 minutes in the bin. Salford down to 12 for the second time in this first half. Williams, pretty regulation stuff, Wakefield lead. Here come Trinity. Finn, nice combinations there. To Reece Lynn, and oh, that's nicely taken in the end there. Reece Lynn over for the first try of the afternoon. Grix, Ashurst. Good break this. Johnston kicks through. Miller and Griggs are chasing. It's a foot race and Miller's in. Miller's in and Wakefield extend their advantage. Chance now for Salford. Louis, flat pass. Murdoch-Masila barges his way over. It's taken 10 minutes, but they've struck. Dobson to Louis. Here's O'Brien. Chris Wellham. Wellham will be in here. Salford score again. All Red Devils at the moment. Here's Robert Louis. O'Brien. Greg Johnson. Oh, Magic Johnson! Wonderful finish. How's he got that down? Dobson. Griffin. Oh, he's in. Griffin is in. It's all the Red Devils. What can Wakefield do? Chance maybe here. Oh, try here. Bill Tupu scores for Wakefield. Glimmers. Hubie. Miller. Reece Lynn. Reece Lynn's in! Levelling things up for Wakefield. 2 minutes to go. This to take the lead for Wakefield Trinity. And it's through! It's through! Have they stolen at the death? Salford, desperate to keep it alive. Dobson, Flanagan, Louis. Murdoch-Masila to win a thriller! Oh, he's bounced that! Wakefield win! Wakefield win, he's dropped it!
A look of despair there from Salford. Let's have another look at that, Ben Murdoch-Masila, because Ian Watson saying afterwards, if there were Sky cameras at every game or all the rest of it, in slow motion replays, this might have been given. You reckon he bounced it?
Well, it looks like it, doesn't it? He's dropped that.
He's the giveaway the player himself, who's not jumping around.
Massey, who's one of those you can put in the honest endeavour column, plays the ball. Gale kicks it high. Oh, it's allowed to bounce. You can't allow the ball to bounce. And Eden, I think, was barged off it, but a hand put out by Luke Gale to touch it down. And Castleford get the try. Here's Junior Sauer, picks it up and has a push forward again. Held up 12 metres away from the Castleford line. You can feel the expectation growing amongst the Salford supporters at the moment. Collected from Brining at dummy half. Here's Flanagan. Flanagan to Louis. Louis out to Murdoch-Masila. Murdoch-Masila's over. Wow. What a moment. Carney out from dummy half and driving it forward. We've not seen Todd Carney so far today, have we? On the bench.
I think, as we said before, with Kopchak coming on.
Well, that ball's been lost by Junior Sauer. Webster picks it up. Here comes Minikin, who's got three defenders around him, but he's still carrying it well towards the line and scores. My word, Greg Minikin will score some spectacular touchdowns this year. He will never score any that took as much determination as that, but in scoring the try, I think he's hurt himself as well here.
Yeah, unfortunately, he seems to have done something to his shoulder as he's gone down there.
Murdoch-Masila's dropped the ball. Oh no, he's not. He's caught it before it hit the ground. He's allowed to carry on, and Murdoch-Masila spins and touches down right in front of the sticks, and the try is given. The try is given. 14.5 minutes is an age still to play. Dobson with the ball back on the inside. Warren goes romping through. Just cut down at the height, and as he tries to get up and play it, the referee says he was impeded by McMeekan, and so it's a penalty in front of the sticks. Here's O'Brien, right-footed, ball goes where it needs to go from his point of view. 12 points apiece. It comes to Dobson. Kopchak drives it in. That's tackle 3, just to the left of the sticks, 5 metres out. Tompkins throws it back. O'Brien's going for the drop goal. O'Brien has put the ball between the sticks, and he might have given Salford a real big win here today.